It's Robert from Quick Games here, bringing you a few different Dungeons and Dragons tools that I use at my table. Now, normally I wouldn't encourage my players to use their phone at the table. Digital things are can get pretty distracting, but there's a lot of really good tools out there that just help manage the game, make things a lot easier. I wanted to show some of the tools that I used in my most recent game as the dungeon master to help kind of manage the situation at the game and manage the table. So this application is called um, Good Notes. And what you can do with this, you can import different PDFs, you can import different images. This is, I just I put a cover on the front of it. So this is, hey, it's the red box Dungeons and Dragons. But if you look here, you can set it up so it has different pages and different sections and outlines, that type of thing. So I imported a few different kind of basic pages. So this is like, a player character sheet. So you could use it as a player to kind of help manage your game. I'm doing this on an iPad Pro, so I have the Apple Pencil to use with this, which works excellently well. So if you go in and you actually make a character off of this, you can use the Apple Pencil to go in and let's say you put your strength here. You're a barbarian, and you're going to put your armor class. Let's say you have a 14 armor class. You get a bonus to your initiative. You can have your whole character sheet on here, and you get that same feel with the pen and paper using the iPad Pro with the pencil. Really great way, really fun way of doing it. Um, Included on here, I have a bunch of other sheets that I use as a dungeon master. I've been using these pictures here as a way to kind of section off the different areas. So this section here, this is the artwork from the Dungeon Master's Guide. It's like the full, cover art. This section has some of my pages that I use in some of my games. And normally I would print these off and have these like physical on the table. But this one, this is a player tracker. Let me show you an example of one that's filled out in one of the games that I ran. But you put all your players here with their names, and then you write in their armor class, put in their hit points. You can update this on the fly. Maybe somebody gets, frightened, and super easy way to go in and track your characters. Like I was saying, normally I do this or previously I had done this with a piece of paper that's on the side of the table. You're taking all the notes there. One really great thing with this and the way I organize it is actually put different monsters that we're going to use in the campaign there. There's stat blocks there ready to go. And then when I'm running the actual campaign itself, I have these handy monster sheets. This is also something I'd normally have print up on the side, but I use this to keep track of, hey, here's the monster, here's all their stats. Maybe I have four of them. So you see them here with the four different types, but just really easy way to keep track of things. When it's here on the table, I can kind of hide it from my players and keep track of it that way, and then super easy to update, and away you go. All right, so let's go now to how I'm organizing the actual module that we're playing through. So we played a game of Sunless Citadel. My player characters are right in the middle of it. You can get this if you purchase the Yawning Portal. They have an updated one for the 5th edition. As you see here, what I've did is I've gone through and highlighted some of the different pieces as I was reading through it, some different sections that I made sure that we read as part of the game or to include as part of the game. When we got to say this part of the game, I had the players, or actually I read this to the players for this part. Just I used to take notes on things all the time. You can't really, you don't really want to take notes in your book, but if you have it in a digital way, it makes a lot of sense to do. The other thing I did for this one is I kind of put the map. You can find a lot of these maps online. This is a classic module. Put these in and kind of mark off different locations. Either I actually went through and remove some of the rooms or change things up, or kind of marked where people have been. You can kind of keep track of the things that way. And then one really great thing about this is when you have the whole kind of module laid out and people are kind of walking through it, you can progress. This is the player tracker that I was using. I was using this to kind of show where they were in the module by, moving them forward through the module itself. So as they passed off different areas and got kind of further along in the dungeon, I would just take the encounter sheets, such as this, and that player tracker and the map, and just kind of bring it with me as we're going through. And as you can see, we're maybe about a third of the way through. We had the first encounter with Sunless Citadel with the goblins, and we have a lot more to play and go do. It just makes it super easy to kind of organize my thoughts during the campaign and the notes for it. If you are a player, um, I'll put a link to some of these as well. This is a quest log that you can actually take your session notes with this. This is normally something you'd print out with your character sheet, have it there ready to go. All of these tools are really great tools. The fact that you can, go in and, if you just needed to annotate something really quickly. It's very easy to go in and do, and even at the table, you can go in, mark off certain sections, or go in and highlight certain things. It just makes it really easy to do. The way GoodNotes works is you import PDFs, and then you can use it there in the game. You can import also images. You want to drop in an image, and then you can just do the highlight annotations. Anything else you want kind of overlay on top of it makes it super simple and easy to play. I hope you like this video. If you enjoy this type of thing, you want to see more, game mastering kind of toolkit type stuff, like or subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what kind of tools that you use. If you're using different digital ones, let me know in the comments. And you can follow us online at Twitter. It's Crit Games LLC. Instagram, you can find us there, Crit Games. And as always, game on.